Hey, what's going on? It's Eric, and today I'm going to make a video. It's going to be a tattoo video, and it's going to be about point gap and throw. Okay, so I have a Mickey Sharp's contraption, 1995, and I'm going to show you on here. Okay, so point gap is the gap between your contact screw and your front spring. Okay, throw is the distance that your armature bar has to travel. Okay, so traditionally this is set up as a shader. You see, it's the point gap is all the way at the end as far out as I can get it. Okay, so basically this point gap is going to be about equal distance to the throw, because it travels along an arc. Like think of where this point is and this point is. They're two separate arcs where your contact screw is positioned and where this is positioned. But I don't know, we'll get into that. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so this is your spring assembly. Okay, spring assembly is the rear spring, the front spring, and the armature bar. Okay, so this is a fulcrum point right here. You think of this as a seesaw. Okay, seesaw has a little fulcrum point in the middle. So just think of this as half a seesaw. You got the fulcrum point right here, where on the spring shelf, where the spring rests at the end right here, that's your fulcrum point, because that's where the spring is bending at. Okay, now the further, like a seesaw now, the further you move away from the fulcrum point, the further you're going to travel. Okay, so all the way out here, this is the furthest it could travel, because this is the very end of the of the seesaw, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right, so for a shader, this is set up as a shader. I run all my machines like shaders, even my liners. I just run them like shaders. So you want to throw, big throw, and you want it to run a little slower. So this is fine, because now it's going to run slow, and you're going to have throw. But most people, for a liner, you need the throw. You got to have the throw, because if you don't have throw, you're not penetrating the skin. But most people want a liner to run fast. And the way you make a machine run fast is by tightening down the contact screw and closing the gap, because now it's going to run faster. But by doing that over here, you're going to reduce the throw, so you're not going to have the penetration. So in order to do that, you have to move the contact screw back. So you could have a short gap, but still have that throw, because even though it's a short gap over here, this is further than the fulcrum point, so you're still going to keep that throw. So that's where a cutback liner comes in. I wish I had a cutback liner. I don't, because I don't use them. I use all shader machines for lining and shading. But that's basically, how you make a machine run fast and still keep that throw. And I wish that it was, more to it, but that's basically it, man. There's nothing else I could say about it. I explain it pretty good in my book. I have a machine book called Building a Machine Builder. What the hell is it called? Tattoo Machine Builder. And shows you how to build a bulldog frame. But I explain all the frame geometry and point gap, throw, I explain all that stuff in there. But it's just basically on the frame. Nothing about coils or anything. It's just basically a frame. How to build a frame, and it just explains everything in there. If you want, you can get it. It's on Amazon. I'll include a link. Yeah, it's a shameless plug. So I guess that's about it, man. Like I said, I wish it was more to it, but that's it. If you got any questions, just ask, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.